for another stream. Just shows you in it, 1 minute you can be on the high, next minute you can be on the low, And Manchester United, man. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, um, it's not to be surprised, really. It's to be expected. I think the quality of this squad as a whole is shocking, and again against Southampton, you could clearly see, that Southampton were causing all sorts of problems, and if it wasn't for Amad Diallo's hat trick, and again, it was if it wasn't for Andre Onana in goal, that game could have easily been 4-5-1 in the first half. So people shouldn't be surprised that United are actually losing this game. Actually lost this game, should I say, against Brighton, because Brighton are by far better than Southampton. But again, man, it's just another disappointing result. Again, some disappointing performances as well. The lineup, to be fair, it was a lineup that I was happy with. I wanted to see Joshua Xerxes start, and he did. And I thought when Xerxes was on the ball, I thought Xerxes done some nice touches. Held the ball up well. Again, as we know, United don't really create for their strikers, but I was happy with Xerxes' contribution, to be fair. And big up, Nick, man. Say for coming on. But yeah, no, I was happy with Xerxes' contribution. Again, Amad Diallo, another good performance. I don't think he was outstanding, but I think when he got on the ball, he looked threatening. Defensively as well, he was very good. So he has to be happy with that. But again, man, I was happy with the lineup that he played in terms of having Xerxes starting, you know. But again, man, it just shows the quality of this team is just poor. Obviously he made some changes. He brought on Rasmus Højlund towards the end, and Garnacho came on as well. And these guys had no impact, which is obvious because they're not good enough, And United have got a lot of work to do. I don't think that back three in terms of Lenny Yoro, Matthias de Ligt, and Maguire. I don't think that's the greatest back three that United can put out. I think having Lenny Yoro playing left side of the three, I know obviously Lenny Yoro is young and he's got to try and feel his way into the game or into the squad, but having him on the left side of the three, I think, is a bit unfair on him, and again, Maguire and De Ligt playing, with Maguire playing the centre and De Ligt on the right. For me, I think it's got to be either one of them, and I'll take De Ligt. I know Maguire's been playing well as of late, but for me, De Ligt has to be playing at centre. And if you are going to play Lenny Yoro, just play him on his favoured right hand side rather than playing him on the left. But I think in terms of the defence today, they weren't that great, if I'm honest. And again, with the fault with the wing backs in Dallo and Mazraoui, I don't know why he keeps persistent playing with Dallo and Mazraoui as the wing backs, because it's quite evident that when United play this system, having Dallo and Mazraoui, who are two fullbacks, having them in this system, you're not going to create much, and it's been shown in a few games this season. But for some reason, Amorim keeps doing the same thing. And again, if you keep doing the same thing, you keep getting the same results, and that's what he's doing, And again, with Kobe Manu, I think with Kobe Manu now, it's coming to a point where when he was playing, it was like, he was something that was new, and he was something that was exciting. I look at Kobe Manu now, and it's not through any fault of his own. I think it's the fault on Ten Hag first and foremost, but now Amorim, because I think playing Kobe Manu in that position, you're actually exposing his weakness, and I think now people will be looking at Kobe Manu as as someone that they're actually getting fed up with in the team now, which is weird to say that because he's only 19 and he's meant to be the future of the team. But now it's a case where when Kobe's playing, there's no sort of excitement around him now, and that's because he's playing in a position where it's not getting the best of his skill set, and he's drowning in that midfield. Toby Collier is actually a better midfield player than Kobe Manu in this system, which again, this is someone that hasn't even been playing regularly anyway, And yeah, it's disappointing. I think Ugarte as well. I know Ugarte has been getting his plaudits through this season. Um, but again, Ugate's on the ball is terrible. Again, he's someone that puts out fires, but this is Manchester United, and having someone like that that's getting held up every single week is a problem for me. And he wasn't great today either. And obviously he come off again. Him and Minu both come off. You know, um, so yeah, it's just a bit of a disappointing result, disappointing team selection as well in terms of where he's playing certain players. And then you go to Bruno Fernandes. Other than the penalty, he was poor. Which again, him playing on that left hand side of the and playing in the left 10 is a massive issue because he's got no pace. He's ill disciplined. He comes in field a lot of the time, and United needs someone, especially in this system, that is able to beat their man and create from that position, and most importantly, stick to that position because Bruno Fernandes too many times wants to do his own thing. And again, he's not gonna take on someone around the outside. And again, apart from the penalty, he was poor. So again, it's just back to the same old shit, really. With certain players. And again, obviously, Xerxes and Ahmad touched on already. There's only so much they can do. I think Xerxes' hold-up play was good. Um, Again, the way he won the penalty was a bit of intelligence. Because Baleba, who I'm a massive fan of, um, but yeah, he done well for that penalty, man. To be fair, and I was impressed with what he did when he had the ball. Really, big up, free bro. Have you watched UFC 311? I haven't, man. I haven't. What's been the latest? Aaron Byrne. Yeah, Aaron, you're a hater, man. But keep coming through, man. I don't mind. You're watching me, and that's all that matters, man. Um, yeah, keep the hate coming, man. I ain't fussed, man. You ain't gonna get me. Um, but yeah, no, I didn't watch the UFC 3, man. I haven't watched UFC lately, to be fair. But yeah, let me know what's happening, man. Yeah, exactly. Who's fighting? Um, but yeah, no, back to Man United, man. 3-1 scoreline, and yeah, to be fair, it was a bit of a disappointing result, disappointing performance. And I think the next game's against Rangers. It'd be very interesting to see what team he's going to play. Um, to be fair, I will start Xerxes again, which I'm hoping he does. Um, Islam Makachev and who's Umar? Who's Umar? Is it Makachev? Is that Makachev that's fighting? Um, take your cap off, bro. What you gay, man? Is that what it is? Yeah, you're batty, man. Yeah, cool. You know what I mean? Keep the comments coming in, man. As I said, um, nah, bro. Listen. You ain't gonna get me, man. I'm not in a great mood with this Man United result, man. But when I come on here, man, you ain't gonna get me. But it's all good, man. No worries, no worries. But yeah, no. Against Rangers, I think he's gonna play more as the same team. I can probably see Lissandro Martinez coming in. Um, I think Lissandro will come in for Lenny Yoro. I don't think Lenny Yoro starts against Rangers. I'd be very surprised. I think he'll play the back three of Maguire, Delict, and Lissandro Martinez. And I think the fullbacks, he's going to play the same fullbacks in Dallo and Mazraoui. Um, and then I think he's going to play, yeah, I think he might play Ugarte and Mainu again. And then Bruno, Ahmad, and Xerxes should get the nod again. I can see him playing a similar team, man. To be honest with you, um, big up, none of your business, man. You're so educated, my fellow African, bro. I'm not African, man. But yeah, no, Caribbean, man. But yeah, big up for the praise, man. Yeah, did you guys manage to watch the football today, man? Man United, Brighton. I just finished watching Man City destroy Ipswich. I think 6-0. Um, but yeah, man, flipping. I've been saying, man, Man City. they're gonna. I think I wouldn't count City out of the title race yet. I think they're the one team in this league that can put a few results together, and then by the time you know it, they'll be climbing that table. I think with this result as well, they're now comfortably in fourth on goal difference as well. Um, but yeah, no, I think that City are they'll still fancy their chances. Obviously they've signed Omar Marmoush as well, who's a top player from Eintracht Frankfurt, and they've got Kusanov coming in as well from Lens, who's a good defender, who's got a lot of potential as well. And I think they will get another one. I think they've got Vitor Reis as well from Palmeiras, but I think that's more of a summer signing. But it wouldn't surprise me if they get another signing as well to bolster that squad already. But yeah, I think they're the one team, especially in this league, that can put some wins together. And again, their games against Liverpool and against Arsenal will be crucial because if they can manage to win both of them games, that's 6 points that they've clawed back. So it's going to be interesting. But I think it's still a long way to go. Nottingham Forest getting another win. I think they went 3-0 up and managed to hold on for 3-2. And again, man, what a job Nuno Espirito Santo's doing with Nottingham Forest. And he's got them, I believe they might be joint third now. I think it might be. Um, I'll say they're either joint third. It might be a point ahead of Arsenal. I'm not too sure. I have to check that. If anyone knows, man, let me know. Um, so yeah, man. So none of your business says Caribbean laughing my ass off. How did they ship you to the UK? Laughing my ass off. You sound more British than the British. That's because I was born in Britain, you clown. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? I was born in Britain, man. Obviously, you know what I mean. I was born in Britain, so that's why my accent's like that. I got family from the Caribbean, man. But yeah, big up, man, for coming on anyway. Um, so Eggy Mayo, big up Eggy Mayo. So Eggy Mayo says, "Do you think Maguire has earned his spot back?" Um, Eggy Mayo, what I would say about Harry Maguire, and I don't want us to be lost on people. He At this moment in time, he does deserve to play because his performances have been good. But the problem is, he shouldn't be long term for Man United, and it's a case where playing wise he's in form, but what's the end goal with someone like Harry Maguire? Because he hasn't got any pace, and he's someone that for Man United to move forward, they need a better quality in that position. Obviously, we know Maguire's strengths are he's very dominant in the air. I think his composure on the ball is decent for someone of his size as well. But I think in the long term, he's not a Man United player. But I think Ruben Amrim can only work with what he's got, so that's why he's playing him. But for me, I think that for the moment he can have the right. He deserves the right to play. But personally, I think they need to be looking at getting someone in to replace him. In my opinion. But I wouldn't be adverse for him to sign to stay, but not as a starter. If he's someone that's coming in, Carabao Cups, then I'm not too fussed, man. But yeah, he's someone that has that he deserves to play at the moment. I would say, yeah. Um, Fair, he should have gone to West Ham, but I wouldn't walk from Manu wages. Yeah, man. Obviously, he's got to count himself lucky, man, because I think deep down he knows he shouldn't be on the wage in at Man United still. But again, the idiots that were in charge give him that contract, and to be fair, you can't really blame him. But I think with Maguire, he's a Premiership player, but not at a big club, But the fact that Man United are keeping him, again, I haven't really got too much of a problem if he's going to be like a fourth choice centre back or whatever. But for me, yeah, it is a problem that him still being there. Let's be honest. But Man United's recruitment's been poor anyway, so it is what it is. But yeah, man, I'm a Man United supporter. Who you support? Yeah, Man United at the moment, man, going for a tough time. Um, but yeah, yeah, on Maguire, man, I've not really got too much to because he has been quite decent this season. But again, Man United have a lot of issues, man. So big up Jack Hayward, Liverpool. Yeah, man, got a 2-0 result yesterday against Brentford. Again, man, going to Brentford's not easy. You know, they've got Hobbs and Shaw, you know, up top in Brian Mbuemo and Johan Visser, you know, and to be fair, I'm not a big fan of Darwin Nunes. I think Darwin Nunes is poor, to be honest, but he come up trumps for them in the last few minutes, man, and secured them the win. And it's wins like that that secure you titles. So obviously he's got to be happy with his contribution there. But yeah, man, it's just seeing where Liverpool are and seeing where Man United are is frustrating, man. But to be honest with you, this Man United team, I've been saying it, it's just nowhere near good enough. And yeah, man, they're comfortably a bottom half of of the table team. Like I don't think anyone really should be arguing with that because I look at United's starting lineup, and again, you have to look at what players would get into the top teams in the league, and you're probably looking at realistically on current form. Ahmad Diallo is the only one you'd probably say will get into the squad, might and should get a chance of starting as well. But other than that, I wouldn't say anyone else really. I mean, it's that bad, you know. Matthias Delict as well. I think actually no. To be fair, I think Delict and Ahmad at this moment in time, I would say. I like Xerxes, and I do think Xerxes is going to be one of the best if he does. Oh well, he should be staying anyway if he gets his chance. But I think just going off current form, you know, Delict and Ahmad for sure, man. I think we'll get into the other top teams in the league. And apart from that, there's no one else, and that just shows you the problem. You know, I think Mazraoui could be part of the squad, um, but other than that, man, we're struggling. That's how bad Man United are. Um, so yeah, it is what it is. So, do you think Man United should go for after Victor Osimhen? To be honest with you, Victor Osimhen is not my type of striker. You know, I think my ideal striker for United, personally, right at this moment in time, is John Duran from Aston Villa. I think, as I've been saying in previous streams, for me, John Duran's going to be one of the best strikers in the world for sure in the next couple of years. I think if he's not getting game time next season for sure at Aston Villa, if he does stay there, I think you'll see him move on. But I think definitely he's going to be one of the best in the world. I think he has everything. Um, so he's the kind of striker that I'd like to see United sign to go along with Joshua Zirkzee and having those two. Um, but Victor Osimhen, if the manager wants to go with a pace and power striker, then I mean for what's available, then yeah, I would. Like, I mean, obviously beggars can't be choosers, man. Really, but he's not my type of striker, man. To be honest, John Duran, I do like, and again, the dearth of strikers in world football right now ain't there because a lot of forwards now are more like wide forwards. You know, you're not really getting too many central strikers. I know people will say Victor Gyökeres. I don't really rate Gyökeres that highly. Um, obviously, Alexander Isak, you're not getting him out of Newcastle. Obviously, Haaland's at Man City. Again, there's not too many strikers out there, man. Really. So, and I think John Duran is probably the only one of the age profile, and you know that's probably a bit more gettable in terms of the other strikers out there. You know, but again, he's going to cost at least I think 60 to 70 million to get him out of Aston Villa. You know, and this is the issue United are having now because they've spent 70 odd million on Rasmus Højlund, who is arguably the worst striker in the league, and you could have just spent less money on getting like a John Duran, and now you're snookered with Rasmus Højlund, and how you move him on because there ain't going to be too many takers. Again, another failing on the club and Ten Hag as well. You know what I mean? So it's frustrating, man. Um, big up, big up, Romit. So you're from Indonesia, yeah? Big up, Romit, man. Um, so yeah, man. Mo Salah. Yeah, Mo Salah, man. To be fair, I'm not a massive fan of Mo Salah either. You know what I mean? Mo Salah for me isn't a great footballer, but in terms of his numbers can't be argued. To be fair, and again, he's someone that just gets. He's a high volume player. But the kind of players that I like players that are just silky on the ball. And for me, Salah's not that. He's just someone that just produces numbers, and again, um, his numbers can't be argued. Let's be honest. Um, but yeah, man, it's been a bit of a mad day today with Man United, but I think that has Man United in. I want to say I think they're 12th or 13th. I believe. Tottenham today as well. Do you know what? It's gonna be interesting to see what Tottenham do with Postecoglou. I think Postecoglou is actually a good manager, but obviously injuries have killed the season. And obviously the way he plays, which sometimes you got to kind of respect what he's doing. He's not changing, but again, when you're getting results like they had today against Everton, 3-2 away at Everton, he's going to come in for criticism and under pressure. And I think they've got Leicester. I believe next. I don't know if it's during the week or next week. I think it's the next league game. I think the Leicester game and then the Liverpool second leg in the Carabao Cup. I think if he gets two negative results there, I think he'll be gone. If I'm honest, I think he'll be gone, man. Which, again, I do think he's a top manager and he will get another top job. But yeah, the injuries have killed him, and to have them injuries and the way that he plays is it's a bit of a problem. But I think against Leicester and against Liverpool, I think that might seal his fate if he gets two negative results. I think if he gets a draw and a win, so if he gets a draw against Leicester and a win against Liverpool, and they go through to the final, that might secure his job. But I think if he was to lose, I think if he was to win against Leicester and lose against Liverpool, it's a tough one. I think they might sack him because they'll be expecting to beat Leicester, but to get beat by Liverpool and not going to the final, that might force their hand. But we'll have to wait and see, man. But they have got a lot of injuries. So yeah, man. Yeah, Eggy Mayer says Man United head on West Ham on goal difference. Yeah, I think West Ham they got beat 2-0 by Crystal Palace yesterday as well. West Ham again, another team that are struggling, and obviously they've changed their manager now. Got Graham Potter in charge. But yeah, man, it's just do you know what this has probably been the tightest league for a while, or ever, should I say? Um, and to be fair, man, yeah, it's just it's going to be like that for the whole season. Predicting top four, I think, is going to be very hard to do. Um, I think for sure, um, Liverpool will be battling for that title. Um, will Arsenal be their nearest challengers after drawing 2-2 yesterday of Aston Villa? For me, I can see Arsenal not finishing second. I think City will get that together, and I think they'll even claw them for second place. Um, Chelsea playing Wolves tomorrow as well, and Chelsea can if Chelsea can get 3 points, you know what I mean. That will obviously get them back involved. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a tough race to the top four. But definitely in terms of the title, Liverpool are definitely in the driving seat. But there's still a long way to go. Um, so Eggy Mayo says, so do you really think Man U can attract Villa players not trolling? Mate, listen, you're not trolling me, man, because it's a good question. Do I think United can attract Villa players? I mean, Man United can attract any player realistically. The problem is the current state of the team at the moment of the club. Um, Players might be thinking, do I really want to go there? Um, but for me, United still got that attraction. I think Amarim is a good manager. It's going to take time for him to get his philosophy to get his system going properly. Again, he's got to sign players that he wants. But yeah, United can still attract players. That goes without saying, man. Man United is still one of the biggest clubs in the world. But on the pitch, man, they're shocking, and again, it needs to change. But yeah, man, I'm just looking forward to January. I think getting Garnacho out of the club, getting Rashford gone, that'll be the start. Obviously Casemiro, I'm a big fan of, but again, he's got high wages, and it's quite clear the manager doesn't want to play him, so he needs to go as well. But I'm just looking forward to see who Amarim targets. Because my team that I done on lineup builder that I want to see United looking like in the next few years. I had a back three of Lenny Yoro, Matthias De Ligt, Lenny Yoro and Ronald Arroyo from Barcelona, but looks like he might be signing a new contract. And I had Nuno Mendes as a left-sided centre-back, because left-side centre-back for me is key, having players of pace in them wide areas to defend. And again, Nuno Mendes is key because Nuno Mendes can play as a wing back as well, but I also think he can play left side centre back. He's actually very comfortable on the ball as well. And then my wing backs, I had Alfonso Davies on the left, Giovanni Quenda or Mohamed Kudus on the right, and then the midfield of Carlos Baleba, who played today against United, who was very good, and a Douglas Luiz or a Ugarte in there. But personally, I love Douglas Luiz in there, if I'm honest. And then the front three, or the two tens, was Ahmad, and on the left side, a dream signing, which again will be difficult to get, of Florian Wirtz. I like Florian Wirtz, Eze or Matthias Cunha in that position, and then obviously Xerxes or John Duran. And that's a kind of team I think. Again, getting these players will be difficult, but if United can kind of target players like that, it's a start. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, man. Last question before I go. So they had the image, but the only player that might be considered top level is Bruno. Eggy Mayer, man. To be honest with you, Bruno's not a top player. He's not. He's just someone that is adored by this fan base because of basically because he runs around. He's not a top player in my eyes. I've seen too many top players to be looking at Bruno as a top player. I'd argue Bruno is arguably one of the biggest problems, if not the biggest problem, at the club currently, because he plays every week. He's ill disciplined. He has an aura of someone that thinks he's good, you know. And to be fair, um, the goal against Arsenal he done was very good, but he's arguably the biggest problem at the club, because he plays every week, never comes off, and again he has the aura of a player that thinks he's good, but if you actually look at it, he's done nothing in the game really, So I don't think Bruno's top level. I think if I look at Man United right now, the only players that have potential to be top level are your Lenny Yoros, Amad Diallo, Joshua Zirkzee, and I think Matthias De Ligt as well. I think he's top class. But if I look at Yoro, De Ligt, Xerxes, Ahmad, and I know Kobe Mino's been poor as of late, but I think he still can be top level. They're the only players that I'd want the manager to persevere with as the future of the club. Everyone else, I'd be happy to see go. If I'm honest, yeah, Kobe Mino's a good player, man. He's just been playing in the wrong position. Kobe Mino's actually a number 10. He needs to be playing with freedom, and the manager's playing him in midfield in this system, which is killing him. But yeah, for sure, man. I'm still a big fan of Kobe Minu, but yeah, he has been poor this season so far. But again, man, until he's playing further up the pitch, I think you're going to be getting the same old inconsistent performances from Kobe, man. And he's only 19 as well. But this system's killing him, because this system that Amarim's playing, though that position there, you need energy, and that's not Kobe's game. Kobe's someone that needs to be getting on the ball in the half turn, creating, and using his ability and his skill to create openings and to get shots off. But in this system where he's playing in the midfield, it requires a different profile of player, and that isn't his game, man. So yeah, but yeah, big up hundred wooden furniture. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. Safe for coming on. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna shoot anyway. But Big up Eggy Mayer for coming on and your questions, man. Keep them coming. Guys, make sure you smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel at GavGoesIn. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. And I'm on TikTok as well. Obviously, Gav Goes In on YouTube is my main channel. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to that channel. And guys, smash that like button, man. It helps reach more people. You know, obviously I've got an extensive background in football from playing and watching, you know. But yeah, guys, keep your comments coming in. Big up yourself. And yeah, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Just see if there's any news on Man United. Hopefully this Garnacho thing gets over the line. See if there's any news on Rashford as well. And I think once you can get rid of those two, then I can start seeing United being taken seriously, and then we can see what Amarim wants to do in the market. You know, so look forward to that tomorrow. But yeah, guys, man, catch me tomorrow. Not sure what time I'll be on tomorrow, but yeah, have a notification, guys, and yeah, jump in the chat again, man, and give me some questions. But yeah, on the whole, man, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take it easy.